right, so that was me building this solar array here. This is the 4 solar panels that I have put together with 1-inch square aluminum tubing and attempting to get it wired up. What went wrong with all of this? So Renogy it is apparent that Renogy had a square pattern, so the panels being end to end. So this end here with the electrical outlet or the electrical parts being end to end with each other in a square pattern, because none of this stuff reaches each other. So I can't reach those plugs to these plugs with what Renogy supplied. So I had to get on Amazon and bought some 5-foot, which I think was the shortest ones they had, 5-foot extension cables. So now I can plug those into these and then the solar out from here down to my charge controller. I'm keeping this 12 volts, so as you can see here, both of my positives going to positive, out to positives. So these 2 positives going to this, and then that will be my out to my charge controller. And I've done the same thing with the negative. Everything is tied up real good. Everything is zip tied real well, and I think that's going to work out pretty good. All right, now that that is done, I'll worry about any sealing up more later. After that stuff sets up, I'll go back up there with some more Volcom, go around the foot and all that stuff. Also, I think I've already made my mind up. I'm going to probably go back through after everything cures and put cleats in where those screws go. It's not going to take much, and I think it's just going to be better in the long run. But now I can continue wiring the charge controller, inverter, 12-volt DC to DC charger, all that stuff. All right, so I did make one mistake. I noticed when bringing wires down up front and wiring things into the fuse panel, into the fuse block, that I was short one set of wires. I should have 3. I should have 1, 2, 3. I should have 3 legs of 12 volt going into the 12 volt panel, and I only had 2. And that was because I did something stupid and I wired this, which you can't see, but this is for the this is the wire for the 12 volt 12 volt USB charging port, right, that I'm going to put in this wall. I wired that to the light circuit for whatever stupid reason that day, which means it's only going to work when the lights are on, and that's stupid. So I ran a new wire. I just connected, I butt connected to it, and then ran that wire all the way down the center here. And one thing I have learned by doing this is if I had to do all of this wiring over again, I would run all of my wiring down these gaps, down those gaps along the ceiling instead of up in the corners. That'll just be far less intrusive, far less of a problem when putting wall boards up and stuff like that. So, mental note, later on down the road, or if you plan on doing something like this, I would definitely run this wire always down the center of this, where this gap is. Alright, there's a mess of stuff down here. All kinds of crap. But it's all but finished. So I have shore power coming in. That's what I was doing outside of the nose cone earlier. So I have shore power coming in to my lead time battery charger, and then the battery charger to one of the lugs of my battery blocks here. I of course have on the back side of the inverter going to the battery. The positive side is not hooked up yet. I'm sorry, the negative side from the inverter is not hooked up yet, which is right here. So then we have all coming down the nose into the solar charger, the charge controller. Right now I am charging at 14.4 volts. And of course that going to the battery, to the lugs. That box there is my trailer hitch, and wires coming out of it, right? So that black wire tucks behind there, and then ground and all that coming out around to my ground block. This is a 12 volt to 12 volt DC to DC charger, so when I'm driving, this will actually charge my battery. So that connects to my positive here, out to my positive there, back to the battery, and from my negative down to my ground block going to the battery. And then this is my DC panel. And this is all of my lights. I don't have any fuses in them yet, but that's my lights and 12-volt circuitry. And then, of course, there is a cable that goes out the floor alongside of my trailer hitch, or my trailer wiring, out the floor to a ground. All right, so I just stuck fuses in the 12-volt fuse block, and boom, we got lights. So this means I can put my light switch in now. And thankfully, this is getting there. It's getting there. So I didn't mention the 110 circuits. I have these two plugs that I'm going to wire into the two 110 legs, and then just plug those into the inverter, and then have the inverter switch located outside the cabinet somewhere, so I can turn the inverter on and off to use the 110 circuit. All right, so I just got the Bluetooth hooked up. So the charger, the inverter, I mean, is not running right now, so it's not going to show anything. But I do have the I don't know how well that's coming through, but that is the solar charge controller. Says solar volts 22.1 volts, solar amps. Nothing right now. Battery charge volts of 14.4. So there's all that information. And of course, there's no load on it right now. Controller temperature is 95 degrees. Battery temperature is 77 degrees. So, and that's about right, because it's hot right now. So cool, I got that all hooked up. All right, so that is it for solar, the charge controller, all the stuff that's in the trailer. I've already started putting stuff away. Yeah, it's really coming together. It's coming together real well. So next thing I got to do is just finish some of the wiring of outlets, get the awning on, and once the awning is on, I can get the ceiling and walls on. Awning's in there. I don't know if you can see it in that box there, but we haven't talked about that yet. But get the awning on it, all that. So I appreciate everybody's support out there, and the channel's been growing reasonably well, I think. So I appreciate that out of everybody out there, and we'll talk to you later.